Finovate showcases cutting-edge banking and financial technology through a global conference series featuring short-form demos and thought leadership. Now, the conversation continues on the Finovate podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to the Finovate podcast. Joining me today, we have Enrique Cravo, Head of Digital for Financial Services at Self-Focus. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Greg. Thanks for this.
So just for a quick introduction, can you give about 30 to 60 seconds around yourself and Self-Focus, just as a way of background before we get into some of the really interesting pieces we're going to be talking about data?
So I'm the head of digital transformation at Self-Focus. I'm focused on the financial services. Self-Focus is a very fast-growing company on the global high-tech context with footprint in 24 countries. So Self-Focus is experiences coming from the telecommunications sector, very big footprint in terms of transformation projects on core systems that support the business. And currently, the portfolio covers telecommunications and financial sectors.
Yeah, I was taking a little bit of a background look at your company, and there's a lot that Self-Focus does, a lot that you guys have done. But I think the piece that really want to talk about today, it's been clear for a few years now that having access to clean, usable data was going to become vital for financial institutions. And the last few months have really only served to highlight that even more. At the same time, huge amounts of valuable data are discarded every day by organizations all around the world. Can you talk a little bit about why so many companies are in a position where they can't make good use of all the data that they have?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. So I think what's happening today with the organizations is like ourselves. So we are becoming more and more overwhelmed with data. So the organizations today, they have so many data sources with unstructured data or structured data. They have information coming from their systems, coming from documentation, from every physical means of information, which is very hard to process all that. So there is a huge amount of data that is available, but a lot of that is discarded because they are not able to process all the data. So when we look into that context, we understand, okay, the organizations, they are able to understand their customers better than themselves. So means that if we are able to process, understand, and provide a meaning into all that data, that is the really game changer. And that's the big challenge behind of this.
Yeah, well, certainly we're in a position where more and more data is coming in fast and furious, and keeping up with it all can be a real struggle, but obviously so valuable if you're able to use it and use it intelligently. So this is something that I know Self-Focus is working really hard on, making more data usable by the organizations that have it. How are you able to do that in a way when other people are struggling with it?
So we went into a point where we realized that it's not just a question of having machine power and great solutions to go into all those data sources and extract data. We realized that actually the big challenge starts from that point and onwards, which is, yes, we have all the data that we want, but actually how we can evaluate and provide meaning to that. So and by the way, do that on a scalable way. So our approach was, when we started to focus on this second part of the problem, we realized that the best approach was to use AI, machine learning, and cognitive technologies in order to go into deep diving the data, understand the data, classify that data based on criteria, patterns, or even events. And when we start to combine all these, we manage to collect what is the meaning which is of that data, which is actually the value that we are looking for. So these kind of technologies allow us, in a nutshell, to automatically process those volumes and provide the meaning that we are looking for.
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive to be able to work in that kind of scale. You can definitely see some of Cellfocus's background coming in there, where you guys have come from as a company that's allowed you to build some of these systems in place. Now, I want to come back to something that you had talked about earlier. Obviously, there are no shortage of areas where having clean data is useful, but you mentioned we can know our customers better than they can know themselves in some sense, and I think this is one of those really crucial areas because for a lot of banking and insurance customers, this is a pain point when you think, I've told you this information, I've given you this information about myself, and now in a different form or a different page, you're asking for it again, or you're asking for something which, I feel like I've already told you. And what you've talked about before we push record here is using this data that we have to provide tailored individual experiences is really vital. And a lot of Finovate presenters will tell you the same thing. It's something we've seen a lot of on our stage. But from your perspective, what are the benefits your clients are seeing in that kind of personalization area?
So, doing a quick wrap up is when we are talking about data and provide meaning and understand the data, this is all about profiling our customers. It's all about how we are able to detail the customer inside the organization. So, I would say that there are four big domains where our customers are already able to get benefits. So the first one is the tailored experiences when the clients interact with the organizations themselves. So we are able to say, okay, a specific client on a specific time, he prefers to interact with the company, with the organization on a certain way. So this kind of tailored experiences really makes the difference and makes the customers to understand, okay, yes, the guy that is supplying the service, he really understands me, he really knows me. The second domain is the way the organizations expose their portfolios to their customers. So means that now knowing the customer better than themselves sometimes is that we have the ability to understand, okay, what is the right moment to share a product. So looking to a practical way, we are all tired of getting those phone calls saying from those marketing teams saying, yeah, I have a product here which is really good for you, and we say, no, I don't want this for the 100th time. So now knowing the customer with such a level of detail allow us to say, okay, which are the products and which are the right moments to share those products without overwhelming the relationship with the customer and bringing value and sharing useful things to the customers. The third topic is related with the way the organizations support their customers. So I think with this approach, and we are already seeing that in some of our clients, is we are moving the paradigm of the customer support from a reactive approach to a predictive approach, which is the organizations today with the information that they have available, the events, the patterns and the behaviors of their clients, so that they are able to understand, okay, something will happen based on these kind of actions and events, and sometimes those organizations are able to solve the problem even before the customer understands that he will have a problem. So this change of paradigm really makes the difference on the customer feels that the company that is providing the service know him and understands how he really acts. And finally, on a more operational way, so everything that we are here saying about behaviors and patterns and events triggered by the customers, we are also applying the same principles into systems, which is allowing the organizations to automatize the way they manage their IT systems, their IT landscapes, reducing the costs to do it, increasing the scale, and also increasing the service quality, because the automation and understanding the systems also brings other perspectives in terms of self-healing and predictive care.
So really, we've got kind of four key areas here: teller experience, how people engage with their financial institution; the smart campaigns, how a financial institution markets out, offers products to its customer base. The predictive customer care, really talking about anticipating and putting out fires and giving customers the tools they need to feel like they've got that strong support and that ally. And then obviously automated operations, streamlining and efficiencies. I mean, these are all things which I think every financial institution struggles with, and it really just underscores how valuable this data can be if you're able to use it well. It impacts every area of the bank's playbook. So now let's talk about the elephant in the room here, because on its face, this all sounds really compelling, but there's a reason that many banks aren't able to fully engage with the data that they have as much as they would like to. And for many of them, it comes down to their legacy systems that's holding them back. How does Self-Focus get around that hurdle?
Yeah, that's true, what you mentioned, Greg. So what we are seeing on the banking and insurance sector is that the technical debt is huge, which means that overcoming that technical debt is risky, costly, and sometimes the political, I would say, environment doesn't support that. So
right, yeah.
That's the reality. So our approach is we are not a supporter of big transformations. So because on financial sector and what we are seeing is that the business continuity is always a risk that we need to manage, and big transformations can put that business continuity at risk. So our approach is to abstract that complexity of the existing IT landscape by creating a digital overlay layer, which allow us in one way to start to put our solutions on top of that IT landscape without the dependencies and the risks of transforming technology. So what we are doing basically is we are abstracting complexity, we build the new solutions, and then we start to migrate the functions from the legacy to the new functions. This approach allows the customers to get the benefits of the new technologies sooner and without the dependencies and complexity of the legacy side.
Perfect. Well, that seems like a good place to end it. Obviously, we're just kind of scratching the surface here. And with Self-Focus, you really want to be able to see and take a look at how this all works. We are going to be doing a webinar with Self-Focus, giving them a chance to show their solutions and really give users a chance to log in and sort of see it working for themselves. There's a link in the description down below where you can sign up for that webinar if you're interested in learning more. We'll also put a link in there of a white paper, which will have a little bit more background information as well. But I appreciate you giving us all a taste of what Self-Focus has to offer. Enrique, thank you so much again for joining me.
Thank you, Greg. Thanks for this opportunity.
The Finovate podcast is produced by Informa Connect in association with Provoke.fm Media. Check out Finovate.com for information on Finovate's upcoming shows and to learn how you can get involved. The discount code Finovate Podcast will save you 20% on tickets to all of our events. And you can email us at info@Finovate.com for information on sponsoring, speaking, or demoing. Thanks for listening.